Good evening, guys, and welcome along to the Championship podcast with myself and Callum Hall.
Everyone.
Good evening, Callum. Evening,
Good
Callum.
evening.
How are you doing?
I'm all right. Yeah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad, thanks. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad.
Good.
Obviously, we will be talking about a lot of things tonight. We'll be talking about Watford and Derby preview, the review of Watford and Derby. Sorry, I will also be talking about the Leeds preview, and obviously the Championship Big Six. Who you think the Big Six are? And obviously, we'll be talking about your thoughts on the three relegation sides who you think's going to go down this season. So, comments in the chat coming through. Fire Phoenix says Sunderland is shit.
Hey.
That's a lot language, thank you. Obviously, we'll pick up from Watford. So, Watford and Derby. Acacia says, all right, lads. Good evening, Acacia.
All right.
How you doing, man? You all right? So, we're going to be talking about Watford first, Callum. Did you go to the game on Saturday at Watford last week?
No, I didn't go to Watford on Saturday. I watched it in town.
Watched it in town, so you have a rough idea how we played and that. That's good.
Yeah.
So, it finished Watford 2, Sunderland 1 on Saturday at Vicarage Road. Another appalling defeat on the road again.
Yeah.
Callum, what's your thoughts on this? Do you think, obviously, the away form's getting a bit shocking now, or what do you think it is about the away form?
Our away form is pretty poor. I don't know why it is. I think last season we were good away, terrible at home. It looks like this season we're going to be good at home, terrible away. I think, I don't know what it is, but I watched the Watford game. We looked off the pace. We just weren't on it. I mean, first half now Watford all over us. We just didn't get into the game at all. We just didn't look. We didn't look Sunderland side that beat Borough, beat Portsmouth, and beat Sheffield Wednesday. We just looked. Plymouth Watford has been disappointing, really, because those are the types of games that we should be winning, especially against Plymouth. But even Watford, we should be winning these games if you want promotion. But even when we scored, when it was 1-1, I just didn't think we deserved it, to be honest. I think we just didn't look great. We got out-muscled in key areas. Dan Neil was appalling. He really was bad that game. That was one of his worst performances, to be fair. Isidore, he was the only one really that sparked for me, that had the passion. No one else just had nothing out there.
Girlfriend's in the chat.
Oh, Jason's on. Hiya.
All right, JC, how you doing? My opinions, same thoughts as you, Callum, to be honest. Our away form is quite bad, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously against Plymouth, quite shocking. Obviously to come away with a defeat.
Mm-hmm.
That was a 3-2 defeat, I think it was.
It was 3-2.
Kind of pretty much last minute begging winner. Hiya, JC.
Hi, JC. Bless her. She's come on to watch me.
She's come on to watch you. Yeah, so basically couple of minutes last minute, that's basically pretty much from Plymouth to make them win that game. Pretty much the same at Watford, to be honest, when Dan Neil gave away that silly penalty.
Terrible.
Absolutely shocking, to be honest.
Terrible. There was no need. There was no need to foul. Dennis Serkin was on the cover. There was no need to foul like that. And if we didn't foul, would have got a point.
Exactly, would have been a point on the road. Exactly.
But I mean, saying that, Plymouth, I think they're going to be a hard team to beat at home. Because if you watch Luton game, they won 3-1, didn't they, Plymouth? Yeah, so I think home part will be a tough place to go, I think.
It is, yeah. I think where Rooney's got them playing a bit to their style now. I think he's got them playing to their style now.
Yeah, definitely.
To be honest. But yeah, obviously, Watford, we should have come away with at least a point. Exactly, we should have come away at least a point there. Obviously, Wilson Isidore scoring on his match starting debut. Obviously came off the bench a couple of times as well. And as well, to be honest, I've never watched Sunderland play like that in my life. We absolutely appalling against Watford last week. We were absolutely appalling.
Very bad.
To be honest, I'm not very surprised who got a 10 for me in my player ratings. But you know what we're doing now? We're going to go through the player ratings for Watford. So that's what we're going to do because me and Paul and Ollie used to do this. So
Yeah.
we'll go through the player ratings for Watford. So we're going to start with Anthony Patterson and make our way up. So Patterson, Callum on Saturday last week. What's your thoughts on Patterson?
Patterson, I will give him 6 out of 10.
Patterson for me, to be honest, I think he was the first fault of the goal for the first goal. What we let in, to be honest, it was sort of his fault as well. To be honest, the defence was shocking. The first goal will come as well. I think we need to obviously neutralise on the defence and obviously try and work in key areas where we need to obviously work on. Obviously, Reggie Lebris had his press conference today and actually came out quite, what can I say, he had his players training this morning before obviously tomorrow's game as well. So that'll make an impact on tomorrow's game against Leeds as well. But back to obviously player ratings. Patterson for me has to get a 5.5 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
Next, we're going to go on to obviously the defender who started last Saturday, Chris Metham. Bloody Callum.
Jack Clark.
Jack who?
Jack who?
So, yeah, Callum, what's your thoughts on Chris Metham?
Do you know what? I love Chris Metham. He's solid. Derby against Derby, he was immense at the back. He's just kept our shape so solid. I just love Metham. I just hope he doesn't get injured for Wales at the international break next week. But I would have him over Ballard any day.
Exactly.
At this moment in time, Ballard, obviously, Plymouth, he made mistakes. He got injured. But I think Mepham's, for me, just first choice defender. And I'm going to give Metham a 7 out of 10 rating for Watford.
For me, Metham, I thought he was one of the best defenders out of the three of them at the back. 09 as well, I thought he was good as well at times, but obviously gave away stupid balls and stuff. But to be honest, Metham, I'm going to give him a 7.5 out of 10. I thought he played quite well.
He's solid. I love Metham.
Acacia Cameron Jude says it's going to be difficult for Ballard to get back into the squad. Dan Ballard is going to have to work hard to be back into the squad after an international break. To be honest, that's really true. I kind of disagree with that because that's a true statement. That's a really true statement. You have to wait until after the international break because you've got Metham, you've got 09, you've got Cirque, and you've got Hume. Well,
they're the main ones really that he's going to be picking every week. To be fair,
I think Ballard will just have to sit on the bench and wait patiently for his turn until someone gets a knock. If
Metham gets a knock or Traherne gets another card, he misses a game, then obviously he'll have to switch to back four. But until then, I think our back four, I'm happy with it, to be honest with you.
As you both seen that Northern Ireland has called Ballard up for the games as well as Trey Hume. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. They've called Ballard and Hume up. Obvious, as they surely know, Ballard is injured. Yeah, exactly. Right, anyways, next we're going to go on to Luke 09. Next, Colin, what's your thoughts on 09?
09, I love 09. I think he's a brilliant player. And this season, he's actually been playing his best football in defence. I think he's having his best season so far. I'm going to give 09. I know it might seem high, but he's calm on the ball. He's just got everything to his game. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I think I love watching 09. I think he just calms the play down, and I love him. I love 09. I think he's a brilliant player. So I'll give it 8 out of 10 for 09.
Yeah, quite sensible rating, to be honest. For me, 09, I think he's quite solid on the ball as well. What you said, Callum, I think it's his best season he's had in the Championship. Obviously, the League One days, I think it's the best I've seen out of him play, to be honest. And that's not harsh on 09. That's pretty much...
He's consistent 09. Consistent.
Yeah, he's very consistent 09. And we need to obviously be careful, obviously, with our defence as well. Obviously, at times we can be a bit shaky sometimes at the back. But obviously we need to watch out for stuff like that. But for me, I've got to give 09 last Saturday an 8.5 out of 10. And keep going halves after you.
I
Jack,
know.
you're going 7. I'm going 7.5. But 8.5 out of 10 for 09 for me. If anyone else wants to have obviously the player ratings, put them in the live chat, and obviously I'll read each one out if you want to put them in the chat as well. If everyone wants to do it. But yeah, Dennis Serkin, next one, left back. Thoughts on him?
Dennis Serkin. I mean, we've got to keep him fit this season. He's absolutely. He's just pulling strings. He wins tackles, duels. I mean, I've got to give Dennis Serkin, but I think on Saturday he wasn't as good as he has been. So I'm going to give Dennis Serkin a 7.5 out of 10. I know it sounds quite low, but he was off it on Saturday. He wasn't as good as he has been. So I'm going to give a 7.5 out of 10 for Dennis Serkin.
For me, yeah, pretty much the same, to be honest, around about 7.5 out of 10 for me as well, because the reason why is, I think it was the right winger, Seamer, I think it was for Watford. I think, obviously, every time he was getting the better of Serkin, all the time he was getting the better of him constantly. And to be honest, Serkin is a baller. He's an absolute baller at left back. He's really good at left back, and we need to keep him fit, and we need to keep him in the squad. I'm not going to diss Serkin because, to be honest, I think he's one of the best left backs we've had in this league for a very, very long time. And obviously, to be honest, let's argue, he's the best in the Championship this season, to be honest, at left back.
He's very good at going forward as well, and then tracking back. He's good at going forward. He's good at even putting balls in the box. He's good at on the ball. He's quite fast as well, and he's very versatile. He can play, and he's always everywhere on the pitch. I love Dennis Serkin. But obviously on Saturday, to be fair, they all had poor games, really, to be fair with you. They weren't really on it. But Watford aren't a great team, to be fair. We just made them look good on the day.
Yeah. Drive chat coming in there. She says she'll be back in 10 minutes to watch it.
No problem. No worries. I love you.
For me, Serkin, yeah, 7 out of 10. Next one, then we're going to go right back. Trey Hume. We're going to go to the right back position now. Trey Hume, Callum, you're shaking your head, thinking, yeah, but yeah, we're going to cover this. So,
I'm sorry, but Trey Hume was horrible on Saturday. The amount of times I had to go at Trey Hume, it was half the time he was out of position. He was giving the ball away. He was trying to run past 3 or 4 players. He just was all over the place. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to give Trey Hume a 4 out of 10. He was horrible.
Yeah.
He was absolutely terrible on Saturday. The amount of times Onai and Mepham were covering from him because he was just losing the ball. He was just kicking it away there and then. A 4 out of 10 for me, for Trey Hume.
Do you think the reason why is, do you think he has an international break on his mind? Do you think he's got the internationals coming up on his mind?
Personally, I don't like his international breaks. I think they're a waste of time. It's Nations League. Who cares about it? They're stopping the season constantly, and it's ruining Sunderland's momentum throughout the season. And you could tell after Plymouth game, we played Plymouth after the national break, our first game back, and everyone looked off it. We didn't look at the pace. We looked tired.
Very edgy.
It's ruining the season. It really is.
Yeah.
So for me, I think Triumph's got the pressure of obviously getting a lot of game time with Sunderland. He's in the first team. Then he's got obviously national. It could be catching up at times that he's got that and Sunderland.
Yeah. Trey Hume for me, I've got to give him a 5 out of 10. I'm afraid. I thought he played awful Saturday.
Yeah.
Next one, I don't think many people want to talk about is central midfielder Dan Neil. I think a lot of people are going to shake their heads here when I say the name Dan Neil. But yeah,
Dan, absolute shite Neil. Sorry for my language, but oh my god. I'm going to have to give him a 2 out of 10. I mean, I could get lower, but I can't. I feel bad. 2 out of 10 for Dan Neil. He was shocking. He's not captain material. I'm sorry, but he's not. He just hasn't got any passion. I don't see it. He's too slow in the midfield. he loses the ball too easy and he gets caught out in the amount of times he got caught out in midfield, and it was like a 3-on, like 1 or it's 4-on-3. It was like all the time he was giving the ball away. In that penalty he gave, like why? Just why? He's got Dennis Serkin on the cover, and he decided to pull him down. It's such a ridiculous challenge, and I don't know what he was thinking, but I don't think he's captain material. I think he's not having a very good season. I think he's got a lot of pressure on him to deliver, and he's struggling to deliver. And I think he needs dropping. He needs literally dropping.
Exactly.
He needs. Do you know what needs to happen? I reckon Alan Brown needs to come in for Dan Neil, because Alan Brown is an experienced midfielder. He's got strength. He's got the experience. He's got the leadership. And I think Daniel needs a rest. I think he's played too many minutes, and we relied on him too often this season and last season, and then the season before. We've just relied on him too much.
Totally agree with you. I can't agree anymore with you. To be honest, Alan Brown needs to come in for a couple of reasons for me as well. Obviously, he's got the experience behind him, his belt. He's got, obviously, 2, he's got the captainship for nearly 6 years at Preston. Obviously, that's the reason why as well.
Yeah, he's a quality championship player. He's been in the championship for years. He knows the league. He knows the teams. He's played against the teams for how many years now? And he's just got the calmness on the ball. But Daniel, he's too sloppy. He's too arrogant. He just gives away a 2-yard pass, and I could give him a lower than the 2, but I'm keeping it as a 2 out of 10. But I could give him more, like a 0. To be fair, he was bad.
I'm going to be nice here. To Daniel. Obviously, I spoke to his cousin a couple of weeks ago in Specsavers, because she works in Specsavers in Gateshead. She sorted me glasses out and she turned around. She says, "Oh, who do you support?" And I turned around and said, "Oh, Sunderland." She says, "Oh, who's your favourite player?" I says, Remain Mundell. And she turned around and says to her, she says, "I'm related to Daniel." I was like, "Oh, are you?" I says, "Yeah, brilliant." I was like, "Oh, yeah." So for me, obviously, if you're watching, because there's 3 people watching on the live, and who knows, you might be one of the 3 of them. So
yeah,
I'm going to give Daniel a 5 out of 10. I'll give him half marks for you.
fair enough.
How does that sound?
But to be fair, Daniel's been pretty poor. Like against Derby, he was pretty poor. And to be fair, we were playing against an average championship side that are going to be probably battling relegation. So I think he needs resting.
Leeds will be a very tough test. It will be a good indication where the team is at. Exactly, it will be a really good indication where the team is at.
It's going to be a tough test. Leeds have got the biggest squad in the championship. They've got a lot of quality, and to be fair, they have to go up this season because of if they don't go up this season, then they're going to have a lot of problems for the club next season. So,
2 seconds. I'm just put my charger in.
All right.
Just a second, because I am running on. Ampadu is out until January.
I heard that he's out, yeah, but they've still got they've got what's his name? Rodon, I think.
They've got Rodon at centre back.
Yeah, they've got Bogle, haven't they? Jaden Bogle from Sheffield United, I'm sure.
Jaden Bogle from, obviously, Acacia knows where, Sheffield United.
Yeah.
Obviously they've got Ganotto as well.
They've got Nonto. Yeah, he'll be a danger man tomorrow.
Yeah. Obviously Daniel Farke did have his press conference today as well. I think it was, obviously, who's out and who's in. Due to a bad knee injury, so he's going to miss our game. Yeah, he's going to miss our game and obviously be out. We've got Perot as well, apparently. Yeah, we've got Perot.
Yeah, he's decent.
Joe Perot. Yeah, for Leeds. So, we're going to carry on with the player ratings because we've got a bit sidetracked there with comments in the chat. Right. Next one we're going to go on, it was Chris Rigg. Rigg is obviously a really, really good, talented player for his age. 17 years of age, to be honest, let's face it. I think he's scored a goal as well this season as well, which is
he scored against Borough, yeah, the back heel.
Yeah, Borough against the back heel. I can't remember that. I can't remember that one, but I've just thought of that one in my head now. But yeah, the back heel. That was a couple of games ago. But I should know that. But yeah, the back heel he scored against Borough. To be honest, I thought that goal was really, really good. Obviously, for the age of him as well, 17-year-old man scoring one of them goals against. You've got like 23, 24, 25-year-olds against you, like. You can't even be a 17-year-old man, for God's sake. I don't know what's going on with your team, Borough, but you're all shite. But, yeah, Chris Rigg is seriously on fire for me, 10 out of 10. To be honest, Saturday against Watford, I thought he had a good game as well, to be honest. I think he was one of the good midfielders I've actually seen on the ball quite a lot on Saturday. He was on the ball a lot, obviously passing it to Remain all the time to go down the wing. But yeah, Callum, do you want to go first for your player rating?
Yeah, I love Chris Rigg. I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. He's gonna have a great career. I mean, if we can keep Chris Rigg for another season, it's absolutely a miracle. I mean, if we don't go up this season, he's leaving. He's either gonna go to Dortmund, Madrid. He's gonna go to a big club. I reckon. Yeah, he's gonna have a massive future ahead of him. He's 17. He plays like he's 30-year-old. He plays like he's been in the game for years. He's just got the confidence, the ability, just everything about him is just absolutely amazing. And I say this to like everyone about Chris Rigg. I don't if we can keep him for another season, that's absolutely a miracle because Chris Rigg he's like to be in the Sunderland'S starting 11 to play in the Championship, and we've actually got him. It's quite insane, really. If we can keep him beyond January, we're going to be up there the season. But I'm going to give Chris Rigg 10 out of 10 because I think he's just got everything to his game. He's got all of it you need to the game. He's just brilliant, really is. So I give Chris Rigg 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for me.
Mm-hmm. Watford for me, obviously last Saturday, obviously I thought he had the ball quite well, like I was explaining before, obviously passing it Remain on the wings quite a lot. For me, to be honest, I wouldn't go as high as 10, but I'll probably give him an 8 out of 10. I thought he played quite well to his standards.
The reason why I give him a 10 for is not the actual it's his performance, but it's the fact is
is it just him as a player?
He makes everyone else look like he makes himself look like he plays like he's like played the game like years, and he's just the way he plays on the pitch, the way he throws of the ball. It's just like I love watching him play. So that's why I give Chris Rigg 10 out of 10. I think it's just his attitude, his maturity as well for his age is quite really phenomenal, really. And then when I went to Bradford pre-season, I actually spoke to him on the pitch side, and he was like, he said, we were on about my mates, you're like, do you love Sunderland? And he says, yes, I love Sunderland, I love the club, I love the fans, and like I could see my future here, actually. He did say that.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lauren Kenny, Patrick Roberts over. Just saying hi. Sorry you didn't know like we're live, missed the notification. That's fine. Don't worry about it. You're here now, that's all that matters. So we're gonna go on to Joe Bellingham now. Joe Bellingham, for me, I think he's one of the top high scorers this season. I think he's gonna be in there, to be honest. Besides Wilson Essidor, obviously beside Mayanda if he gets back. But yeah, for me, Joe Bellingham for me on Saturday gets 10 out of 10 for me. I thought he played quite well Saturday. I know, Casey, I said 10 out of 10 as well for Job.
That's fair. That's that's fair enough. Mine might be not 10, but I'll explain why.
Come on.
I think Job had a really good game. He had a really good game, but there's some areas that I'm still not convinced. Like, he is a great footballer. Don't get wrong. He's going to have a very good season this season. I think it's one of his best seasons going to have for Sunderland this season. And we're going to see the real Joe Bellingham that he was at Birmingham. But I think there's still some things he can improve on, which is his passing, is trapping back. And sometimes he just walks around the pitch. I think he needs to be a bit more aggressive in his play. And obviously Watford, he was really good on Saturday, but I'm going to give him an 8.5 out of 10. And I might be a bit low, but I think that's the reason why. I just think he's got a bit more to improve to his game before he gets to the next level.
I think he's a fantastic player on the pitch. I'm going to give him an 9 out of 10. Obviously, for the game on Saturday, I just rated him as a player, but obviously for my ratings on the pitch, I would give him a 7.5. I thought he had a good game, obviously. For me, last season, we've kind of found ourselves obviously playing him as a striker because he's not a striker, he's a midfielder. Always a midfielder. But Michael Beale always used to play him as a false nine all the time.
Yeah, well, Matt Bill he had no idea how to run a factory. He couldn't even run his own bloody. Oh God, I hated him honestly.
Well, he's got his adopted father on his stand. That's Ian Beale. Can't see him.
He couldn't even run his own. He couldn't even walk his own dog, man. Honestly.
No, he couldn't. At least we'll see Reggie Gabriel I've seen Reggie Gabriel give a deal of a week with his dog in Washington. I've seen a photo put on Facebook of him.
Right.
Walking the dog on Facebook. But yeah, obviously we're going to the two winners now. Lauren likes one of them, Patrick Roberts and Romain Mundo. But now we're going to go into Patrick Roberts. Why not? We're going to go into Patrick Roberts for Lauren. So yes, Patrick. For me, well, for you, Callum, because obviously you go first. Go on.
Patrick Roberts. Lauren's gonna love me here. Patrick Roberts is playing his best football I've seen him play since actually the League One times. He's been absolutely amazing. Patrick Roberts, like, I love watching him on the ball. He's just driving out of plays like it's like they're not even there. And I think he's gonna improve each game that we play. And I'm gonna give Patrick Roberts a 9 out of 10 Saturday.
9 out of 10.
He caused Watford problems. He caused them problems.
For me, Patrick Roberts definitely gets a 9.5 out of 10. For me, the only problem what I don't see him this season doing is cutting inside. He always goes to the byline and always tries and crosses in. For me, but he needs to try and cut in a bit more for me. But except from that, I'll give him a 9.5.
What he does need to improve on is his shooting, because his shooting is not the greatest, and he's got all the ability. No. If he could add goals to his game, he could easily get 10, 15 goals a season and improve as a player. He's got the ability to get in those areas, but it's the shooting that's a bit. That's what he could improve on, his shooting, really.
But don't get me wrong, he's still good as a player. Don't get me wrong.
He's technically gifted. He's technically gifted, Patrick Roberts. He is. He really is.
Lewis Casino on the live chat. Good evening, Lewis from Sheffield United. Good evening. How are you doing? Savoy, how's it going? Not doing too bad up in the north. Not doing too bad up in the northeast, to be honest.
Top of the league.
Top of the league. Kind of complain. So, yeah, hopefully we'll have you on at some point, Lewis. We might even get you on next week, actually, because obviously it's the Championship podcast and we can have you on when we want now. So, yeah. We'll hear from obviously different sides in the Championship as well. I will be trying to get different guests from the Championship. So, All Leeds TV is going to come on with us on Monday night, Callum.
All right.
So we'll have them on with us. So.
Hopefully they'll be crying.
Hopefully they'll be crying tomorrow night. Yeah.
Leeds.
Sorry, Leeds. Next we're going to go into obviously the most threatening player is Romain Mundo. For me, do you agree with that, Callum? Romain Mundo?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's a 10.
Yeah.
We're doing that.
Yeah, I think Romain Mundo's been fantastic. Yeah, he's been fantastic. See, because considering Jack Clark, oh my God, he's left. Oh my God. But to be honest with you, we're playing better without Jack Clark. Romain Mundo's actually technically, I've been watching him, and he's actually technically more gifted than Jack Clark is. And we haven't really backed Romain Mundo very much. We've always like, oh, he's not great. He's not great on the ball. I don't like him. But actually, when you've given him chances to actually shine, he's got 5 goal contributions now. He got an assist against Derby. He scored against Plymouth. That was a brilliant solo goal. And he's showing his quality now. And he had to shine because Clark left for Ipswich. But actually, I feel like we're playing better football without Jack Clark because we're playing more as a team now.
Yeah,
And I give Mundell a 10 on Saturday because it was just he always wants to go forward, always wants to make something happen, and I think he's got such ability that we're going to see more of. I think of Romain Mundell. Keep him fit, and I think he'll get more goals and contributions and assists.
comment on the chat again from Lewis, who's coming on from All Leeds TV. Is it Connor? No, it's not Connor. It's Michael Chard. Michael Chard will be coming on Monday night from All Leeds TV. He's actually in our group chat on the Championship podcast group that we're in. So he's in our group now. So that's who I was talking to earlier, Lewis, Michael Chard. Just Lewis in case you're having a bit of a chat on there. But yeah, finally, we're going to go into the striker. Wilson Isidore, Wilson Isidore. So, Wilson Isidore, obviously, he got his debut last Saturday playing actual starting. What's your thoughts on Isidore so far? 2 goals in 2 games. What's your thoughts?
Isidore, honestly, keep him fit. He'll bang in 15, 20 goals. I think this is the time now where we actually got a striker who's like Ross Stewart, but I think he can play on the wing, he can play on the wing, he can play as a striker, but he's making the runs, he causes defence problems, and I think he's gonna be first choice striker over Mayenda, Rusin, Connolly, of course, when he gets fit, but I think if we can keep Isidore fit for the season, and I love his passion. That's the thing. I love how much he loves Sunderland. The fans. He loves playing with the shirt on, and that makes a difference. And I think Isidore on Saturday, for his goal and how he affected the game when he came on, I think I've got to give him a 9 out of 10.
Right. For me the same, but I've got a question about obviously the striker situation. Obviously when Aaron Connolly comes back, after the international break, Callum, do you think Regis will go 4-4-2? Because Regis used to play that at Lyon. He used to play that kind of formation there. He used to like the 2 up top. So
yeah, I think I was mentioning that earlier with Paul actually and Michael Bowers. I think he will play against Hull. I think if Connolly is fit, he'll play Connolly and Isidore up top.
he has to. He's the 2 good combinations there. Really,
and Connolly and Isidore are perfect for each other because Connolly, I've seen a clips of him when he was at Hull, the runs he made, the finishes, the goals he scored. It'll be perfect duo because both of them make runs. Isidore can obviously he can be on the wing, he can cut in, give the ball to Connolly, or Connolly can hold the ball up, give it to Isidore. And Isidore's quite a tall player, so he's good in the height as well. So I think after international, he will play 2 up top, I reckon.
Right. JC's back.
Hi, JC. Are you okay? Thanks for coming back on, by the way.
So now we're going to go on to the substitutions who came on off the bench. So it was Tommy Watson and Ian Paveda. So it was both of them who came off the bench. So first, I know you're shaking your head, Colin, but obviously we need to get through this.
No, it's not. It's just Paveda, just injured again.
I understand, mate. I understand.
Injured again.
Ian Paveda, what's your thoughts on Ian Paveda Saturday?
Just don't get injured.
Don't get injured. Don't get injured.
Well, no. If Ian Paveda, I feel so sorry for him. I think he's got so much ability as a footballer, and he's so unlucky. Another injury, and like on Saturday, I think I'll give Paveda. I'm still not convinced. I haven't seen him enough to actually think. I haven't really seen him play enough, but I'm gonna give him.
Don't really rate him much, really.
I don't really rate Paveda. I haven't seen much of him. Like I've seen him like 2 minutes on Tuesday, and then like a couple of minutes on Saturday. Like it's not. I haven't seen the shine of Paveda, so I'm gonna have to give him a 4 out of 10. 3 or 4 out of 10 for Baveda.
Paveda for me, yeah, pretty much straight on it. I'm going to give him a 4.
But I just think he's a weird footballer. He doesn't look like he's a footballer. He just doesn't. I don't get the hype of him. Like when Leeds said, "Oh, he's a good footballer." To me personally, when I watched clips of him at Leeds, he had like 2 or 3 good games, and he went missing for like entire season. He scored 1 goal in like 20 games.
Patrick, hello, Patrick. Obviously new person on the channel. Good evening, Patrick. How are you doing?
All right, hello.
How are you doing? Nice to see you. But yeah, obviously Tommy Watson as well. He's got a lot of
He's got a lot of
capabilities.
potential.
I think he's got a
Yeah,
lot.
I love Tommy Watson. Yeah, he's got a bright future ahead of him. I mean, I watched him in the 21s. I think it was against. Oh, who was it? I can't remember who we were playing now, but it was only 21 Stadium Light, and he looked really bright. He was cutting in. He was having shots on goal, and he came on.
Was it Atletico Bilbao?
Yeah, I think it was some team like that. Yeah, and every time I've watched Tommy Watson, I've really enjoyed watching him. He's an exciting young player. Like I've been love watching him, and I'm really excited because I hope he gets more game time for Sunderland. I really hope he does.
Mm-hmm.
Swag.
Same here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all the player ratings done for.
Oh, did I give a player rating for Tommy Watson? By the way, sorry, did I give him a player rating?
No, we didn't do a player ratings for Tommy Watson. No, we didn't. What's your rating?
For when he came on and how good he looked and how I'm gonna have to give Tommy Watson. It wasn't too long, but I give him a 5 out of 10. Tommy Watson, he looked good. He did.
When you at Watford last week, I'm sure you stood next to me crossing the roads after the game saying Acacia.
I didn't go to Watford, no.
Next is Derby review. So next we're going to talk about Derby itself. Obviously 2-0 win again at the Stadium Light. Brilliant 2-0 win. Come on, lads. I made a brilliant goal by Joe. 30 yards out, I think
unbelievable.
It was. Unbelievable. What a screamer that
unbelievable was. Yeah.
Screamer that was as well. And obviously Isidore was mostly like a tap in from Mundo when he crossed it in from the left hand side. Isidore just tapped it in. So yeah, obviously 2-0 win at the Stadium Light, Callum. How do you think our home form's been? It's been absolutely amazing this season, hasn't it?
Our home form's
been a joy to watch.
Our home form's been amazing. It really has. It's a fortress. I think Stadium Light this year team's gonna come. Stadium Light are gonna struggle. I think they're gonna find it hard to play against us at home. I think we've got the fans. We're bringing 39,000, 40,000 every home game, which helps. But I love our home form. I think if we keep the momentum going at home and we keep winning games, we'll be right up there end the season. We'll be right up there.
By the way, Acacia, thank you very much for bringing people onto this channel as well. I appreciate that. Thank you for obviously bringing people on who are Sunderland fans.
And JC, if you're on the live, thank you for watching also.
Oh yes, whoever's watching on the live, thank you very much indeed for watching.
Everyone else, but yeah.
And obviously, yeah, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button before we move on. I didn't bring anyone on this live. All right, okay, so basically just go. Sorry, Acacia, I thought you were bringing people on, which I did appreciate that. But yeah, appreciate obviously people coming on anyway. I don't share everything, Brad. I thought you did. Sorry. We'll move on now anyway to obviously Derby itself. Obviously, we've kept 4 clean sheets at home to 0, which is absolutely amazing. 4-0 against Sheffield Wednesday, 2-0 against Derby, and 2-1-0s against Middlesbrough, and I'm trying to think
Burnley,
that was it. Our subscriber Callum gives me an AC big shout out, says JC.
JC, I give the most biggest shout out in the whole wide world.
Oh yeah, JC, you got to subscribe to the channel, man.
Yeah, JC, I say hello from where I am.
Just no Acacia from other stuff anyway. I listen to you lads. Oh, brilliant! That's good. That's good. Glad you listen to us. That's good. Don't forget, guys, as well, on 431 subscribers. If you can get us up to 500, that would be great. In no time, that would be great if them keep going up. I would love them to keep going up, to be honest. If you've got friends as well, Callum, keep telling them to share their lives or
Yeah,
get them
I definitely
subscribing.
will.
But yeah, Derby as well. I thought we played out with skin Tuesday night. I thought Chris Betham was an unreal talented centre back. I thought he was really, really good again.
Yeah.
You need that experience. You need that experience in you, and he's the right man to lead us to promotion, as well as Alan Brown, as well. Got key
I
players there.
do agree. Yeah.
And obviously, you've got the young ones like Chris Rigg, you've got Joe Bellingham, you've got Remain Mundo, you've got them three what can help you out as well. And
Yeah.
obviously, 09, I think he's been playing his best football since League One days, like I've just mentioned earlier on. I thought he's been immense again Tuesday night. But yeah, nothing much to say on Derby review because time is getting on. I think we're going to go straight now into the league preview before we mention the Big Six in the Championship, before we change topic to Championship in general. So, Leeds preview. So, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. kick-off at the Stadium of Light. There will be, I think, around 7:45, there will be a light display going on.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Hopefully tomorrow I'll be back at the game tomorrow because I was not well on Tuesday. I had a bad cold, but I've recovered from that now. I done a live stream Tuesday night. Obviously people know about that. But yeah, Leeds preview. Got a couple of players out. There's something going on, I don't know what it is, but it's something trying to think of the word. It's something echoing.
No, it's all right.
No. I thought it was something echoing in the
No,
background.
you're all right. No, it's fine.
But yeah, obviously Tuesday night, obviously there's a couple of players out. Borgel's out apparently. Also, Ampadu was out for Leeds as well. It might be you, Brad. Try going on and was that a bit of an echo there, Jack? When I come in, Callum?
No, it's okay. Actually, it's probably better now. To be fair, yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Just because I did hear it just now, the echoing. Yeah, probably just being a bit of a fault. But yeah, fault happen. Obviously, Ampadu's out. Obviously, a couple of players out for Leeds United tomorrow night against Sunderland. Obviously, they've lost the game one as well. So, Callum, what's your thoughts on Leeds itself? What's your thoughts on Leeds?
Leeds will be a tough game, but bearing in mind we obviously haven't conceded at home yet. We've won all of our home games, and we were unbeaten at home. It's at a fortress at the Stadium of Light. Leeds, however, have got the biggest squad in the Championship. They've got the most talented squad in the Championship, and I think they will be in the automatic promotion places by the end of the season. But because they've got a manager that's done it before in the Championship, obviously with Norwich twice, I think we will win tomorrow. I think we'll have the home fans backing us. We'll be up for it. Obviously, Leeds, it's Leeds, isn't it? Leeds, they're just, they're dirty, and I don't. To be fair, they are dirty Leeds. I hate them. I hate Leeds.
Well,
I hope we do beat them tomorrow. I really do. I think if we keep the momentum going at home, I think every team that comes to him will struggle to beat us. I really do. So as long as we keep their main players out, I think we'll do fine. We'll do really fine.
Yeah. Person in the live chat from GSY Talks Football channel. He's a Leeds fan. He says evening all.
All right.
He's subscribed as well. Brilliant. He's subscribed. That's cool. Glad you have. Glad to get subscribers. More the merrier. Score prediction tomorrow, then Callum, for this week's game. What do you think?
I go Sunderland 2, Leeds 1.
I'm going to say the same because obviously I predicted this on the prediction league.
I did as well. I said 2-1 Sunderland.
You did, yeah. You predicted mine on the prediction league. So yeah, Sunderland 2, Leeds United 1. I think Gnotto's going to score for Leeds United, and I think for Sunderland, I think Rigg will get one, and I think Isidore will get one. Oh, I'm liking this. Sunderland 4. Leeds 0. I'm liking that. If that
God,
happens, Jesus Christ.
if we beat Leeds 4-0, my God, that'll be something.
We need to keep clean sheets like Bowers always says.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's only one legend of Sunderland, and that's Michael Bowers. So, yeah, that's true.
He loves his clean sheets.
You lads heard it here first. Says occasion. You know, all got the opinions. But yeah, my score prediction: Sunderland 2, Leeds 1.
Yeah.
I think Chris Rigg will get one, and I think Isidore will get his third. I really do.
But me and Mundo will get one, and Isidore.
Isidore as well. Now we're going to go into the big stuff. We're going to go into the championship stuff. The first time on this podcast, we are talking about the championship itself in general. So, the big six. So, the big six in the championship, Callum, from start to finish, who do you think the big six are?
This is really tough. This is really tough because championship isn't as what did you say last season? You got Southampton, Ipswich, Leicester. You know, it was a tougher league, last season. It was more tougher last season. This season, there's teams that are good and will be up there. I think I'm going to go on top to bottom, so I'm going to go top six, big six championship. Leeds, Burnley, Sunderland. So Leeds, Burnley, Sunderland.
Sheffield United.
Sheffield United, and I'm going to go for, and might not like me saying this, but I think Middlesbrough will get in the top six.
Ooh, Middlesbrough.
Yeah. Never mind disagree with me, but I generally do think Middlesbrough will be up there in the season.
Interesting. Patrick says, I've been a subscriber for a while. I was speaking to the stewards, and apparently the light show against Derby was a trial run for Leeds tomorrow. So hopefully more entertaining enough for everyone. Isidore, Mundo, Rigg, and Joe to get a goal. 2-1 to us. I mean, Paul can't handle the lights because he's got epilepsy. Yep, exactly. Yeah, turn around backwards to get the lights on his eyes. I'm telling you now, it's going to be us, Sunderland. My team, Blades and Burnley might do it this season. The way Burnley are now. Well, Scott Parker's a decent manager. Look what he did at Fulham.
I don't think Chris Wilder. I think he's an overrated manager, and I don't think he'll do as well for Sheffield United that he did like a couple of seasons back when they got the Premier League. I think they'll be up there, Sheffield United, but I don't think Chris Wilder. I don't think he's a good manager at this moment in time. I don't rate him as much really now.
Big six, right? This is my big six. Let's face it here. Right, Sunderland, Burnley, Sheffield United, Leeds. I'm going to say Norwich. I'm going to say West Brom. That's my big six up there. Massive big six up there for me. And I'm going to do the top six table, my prediction, top six table, obviously, who's going to finish in the top six by the end of the season. So, obviously, I think Sunderland's going to finish first place. Sheffield United's going to finish second place. Burnley's going to finish third place. Fourth place is going to be West Brom. Fifth place is going to be Watford, a.k.a. Watford. And sixth place is West Brom. Yeah, it's an issue for some Patrick mates. Apparently, my mate Paul told Dewey has epilepsy too. So if he can get him back into the squad, he won't be able to do it. I think that's it. Face it. But yeah, my big six is that. And finally, before we go off, is we're going to have trades as well. Obviously, who do you think's going to go down this season, Callum?
Well, I mean, the team that look like they're down and out and going to have a horrible season, haven't won a game this season, got beat 6-1 off Stoke last night, and I watched the highlights, they were absolutely dreadful, is Pompey. Pompey's one of them. I think Portsmouth, I reckon Cardiff, they don't look great at all. They're in a bit of a mess. And I think other team that will go down is let's think.
I think Plymouth might stay up,
I think Plymouth will still. Do you know what? Do you know what the team I was going to say? Actually, Luton Town.
Luton Town.
I think it will be Pompey, Luton Town, in Cardiff that will go down League One.
Luton Town back-to-back relegations.
I think they're struggling. They're struggling.
So
They're struggling.
you think they're going to do something what they did in the 2016 season, the championship?
I mean, they were beating Oxford 2-0 at home, and they're due to all.
I know they just bottled that.
They're going to they're struggling against average, like league. They're struggling against teams like Oxford. Then they're going to have a long season.
And Oxford just came up from League One as well.
Yeah. So I think it'll be Pompey, Cardiff, and Luton Town that get relegated.
Yeah. My 3 relegation sites will be. I'm going to say. Right, let me think. Portsmouth. I think Portsmouth will get relegated.
That's the obvious one, really. I think is Pompey after last night's result.
Terrible last night. Awful.
Yeah.
Pompey. I think. Oh, bloody hell. I think. Bloody hell. It's hard, like. Just trying to think.
I think Cardiff will.
Cardiff will go down. Yeah, Cardiff will go down. So I'll say Cardiff. I'll say the other one what I mentioned, Portsmouth, Cardiff, and I also say I'm sorry, Mitchell, but I think Sheffield Wednesday will go down. That's what I think. I think Wednesday will go down.
That is a pool.
That's a very controversial one by me. I don't care if I get sick.
Yeah. Shift Wednesday.
Chef Wednesday, definitely. Yeah. I don't think I'm doing much this season. I think it's going to be a hit and miss season with Danny Rowe. I think it's going to do what the Sunderland did last season and steamroll away from the league.
Yeah. See, I would have said Plymouth. If you asked me like 2-3 weeks ago, I would have said Plymouth. But because their home form is actually decent and they're going to give teams a game at home park, I'm not saying Plymouth. I think the home form will keep them up the season, so that's why I didn't say Plymouth.
Yeah, aye. But yes, I think that's about wraps it up now from me and Callum. Please subscribe to the channel. On 432 subscribers now. Since that football channel subscribed before. 68 from 500. I have to do the maths correct. 68 from 500. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Me and Callum will be live again on Monday night, no doubt about that. 100%, we will be back live. And obviously, we will be back live with obviously Leeds Fan TV or Leeds TV. So
I didn't do my prediction either for the championship, Brad.
What for? Sorry,
I didn't do my prediction for the championship.
What's your prediction for the championship then?
The table. I didn't do the prediction for the top 6.
Oh. What's your prediction for the top 6 then? Go about that one.
I would say I know I'm a Sunderland fan, right? But it's going to be a long season for us to hit 85 points, 90 points. But saying that, I don't think the points total is going to be as high as it was last season. I think it will be Burnley first. I think it will be Leeds United second. I think it will be. I think we'll finish third, just miss out on automatic promotion. Ooh. I think West Brom fourth. Mm-hmm. I think Watford fifth, and Blackburn Rovers sixth.
Blackburn sixth. So you're saying Sheffield United will even miss out on playoffs?
Yeah, this might sound crazy, right? But I'm not convinced of Chris Farder. I think they'll have a bad run at Christmas. And I think they'll drop off. And I think
we'll wait until January or February comes and we can decide on that, obviously.
Yeah, but I mean, to be fair, I'm saying Blackburn is, I know it's early days, season, but they're actually playing some good football. And I love to see Blackburn in there.
I've got a reason why I think Sheffield United will go up as well. I've got a reason about this. The reason why I think they'll go up for is they haven't even conceded a goal in the league at all yet, and they haven't even done that yet. Come on, Callum. Stop it, Callum, says JC.
I'm just I'm just saying on
It's
it.
your opinion, or isn't it, Callum? It's your opinion. What you think? But yes, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's all wrapped up now. We're staying top of the league, CSGC.
Yeah.
We're all staying top of the league.
Top of the league. Top of the league by Christmas.
Top of the league by Christmas. And you know what, guys? Before we go off, we're going to play the iconic tune from RWA Productions.